This is Inkatha Gaming, and today we got our hands on a Magic the Gathering Outlaws of Thunder Junction uh, bundle that's going to come with 9 play boosters, a oversized spin down counter, lands, a little key to the vault, and a little storage container. We're going to open this up, see what kind of value we get, see how much crinkling the lands have. Crinkling? Crinkling? Yeah. Ooh, the box looks pretty cool. So you get a little punch outs if you want any of that fun stuff. Promo stuff. 9 play boosters. Put those here. And the oversized spin down counter. All right. These are the non-foil lands. Hey, it looks like they're actually doing full art, which is nice. Kind of upsetting when you get one of these and full art is available, and then they just give you the normal. A little bit of both. I got excited for nothing, right? Some of the full art. Whenever you're doing one of these bundles and you're like, ooh, they're giving me foil lands. Remember, I mean, this is right. The set just came out, and you can already see how bent the foiling is. So you get the key to the vault, alternate art. Again, a set of the borderless lands, but that's about it. All these are pretty bent. Uh, Typically, if you like double sleeve these, they're not so bad, but oftentimes, right, you can't use them in tournament play. So let's start opening packs, right? Oh god, battle pack Sentry. As long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, it can attack as though it didn't have defense. It's 2 mana for a 3/3 defender, not bad. I mean, if a creature died, Slick Shot and Bolt Buster, +2/+0, as long as you've committed a crime this turn. Inventive Wingsmith. If you haven't cast a spell, doesn't have a flying counter, you get a 2/4, you get flying counter. Nice. Prickly Pear. Create a 1/1 red mercenary token creature with something gets +1/+0. That's really nice. Man, right? Power creep. Enter to the battlefield, gain 4 life with a 5/4 trample for 5. Mana fixing, unscrupulous contractor, sacrifice a creature, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And you could end the game with that. Obviously, most of the time you're going to have yourself draw cards. Brimstone Roundup again. Oh no, whenever you catch your second, you get one of those merchants. Nice. Hellspur Brute. Affinity for Outlaws. Insatiable Avarice. Search your library for a card, then shuffle and put that card on top. Nice. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. Man, so if you do the spree right, you get to search and draw that card. Skewer the critics. Love that spell. A little trick shot and foil. And a bit of mana. Oh, that was interesting. So instead of healing someone, you're doing damage. Also, desert, the creosote. A shark criminal, probably. Pack number 2. Vengeful Townsfolk. Whenever one or more other creatures you control die, put +1/+1 on Vengeful Townsfolk. This had trample. This would almost be like Angry Mob from the Dark, right? Thunder Salvo. X is 2 plus the number of other spells you cast. Nice. Free Strider Commander. Enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. If it wasn't cast or no mana was spent to cast it. Oh, cool. Good plot. Desperate Bloodseeker. Enters the battlefield. Target player mills 2 cards. Lightning. Loan Shark. Hey, we had that art card last pack. When Loan Shark enters the battlefield, you cast 2 or more spells this turn. Drop. Plot 4. Ambush Gigapede. 6 mana, 6/2 flash creature. Target creature and opponent controls gets -2/-2. That's not bad. Power creep, right? Crown, violent cacophony. Ugh. Whenever you cast your second spell, put a +1/+1 card and draw a card. That's nice. This spell casts 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard. 4/2 flying. Any number of target opponents each discard a card. If you didn't discard a card of mana 4 or greater, you draw a card. Sheriff of Sage Passage. +1/+1 counter on it for each other creature you control. Plot. That's nice. I like plot. Oh yes, Fibblethip. One of my favorites. Or 2, you may look at the top card. The plot cost is equal to its mana cost. Ooh. Torpor Orb. Don't cause abilities to trigger. Ooh. Outlaws Merriment. Enchantment. Create 1 at random. Nice. That's not too bad. An unfortunate accident in foil. Destroy target creature for a spree. Nice. Pack 3. Man, that Torpor Orb. My poor Yarick deck. +1/+1 counter. It can. Oh, Snake's can. Read the card for its Corrupted Conviction. Sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. Geyser Drake flying. Not your turn. Things are cheaper. Bridled Bighorn. Sheep. Wild Saddle. Create a 1/1 white sheep creature. Saddle theme. When Patient Naturalist enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Put a land card from among the milled cards on your hand. Or into your hand. If you can't, create a trigger. Jin of Fool's Fall. Plot cost 4/3 blind. Bad. Outlaw Stitcher. 2/2 black zombie rogue creature token. Then put 2 +1/+1 counters on that token for each spell you cast this turn, other than the first. Make your own luck. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. If you do, it becomes plot. Put the rest into your pay 1 life, create a treasure. Bucolic Ranch. Only to cast a mount spell. Top card of library. Mount card, reveal it. Step between worlds. Each player shuffle their hand and graveyard into the library. Each player who does draw 7 cards. exile, plot, step between worlds. Interesting. Like, the plot cost on this is higher than the actual cost. Decisive denial. Fight, or they have to pay more. Take your own death. Tiny Bone, no! Island and the Mercenary. Yeah, the first token we've got so far. Stagecoach Security. And as a battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Trick Shot. Ooh, 6 damage. Target creature. Other than target creature token. Tumbleweed Rising. Green Elemental. X's greatest power. Ooh, 2 mana. That could be something. Overzealous Muscle. Whenever you commit a crime, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Phantom Interference. Free. Create spirit creature. Counter target spell. Rodeo Pyromancer. Whenever you cast your first spell, each turn add 2 red mana. Ooh. Holy cow. Flash Flying. When Holy Cow enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, scry 1. 3 mana for a Flash Flying 2/2. Getaway Glamour. Spree. Exile target non-token creature. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Next 10 step. Destroy target creature. No other creature has greater power. Woo! Raucous Entertainer. +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Enter the battlefield this turn. Map the frontier. Search the library for up to 2 basic land cards and or desert cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap and shuffle. One last job. Ooh. I like these sprees. Just, I mean, I like having lots of options per card. It's a good way to find answers. It's return from your graveyard to the battlefield for 5 mana. For 4 mana, return a mount or vehicle card to the battlefield. 4 mana, return target aura or equipment card to the battlefield. And attach it to a creature you control. Wow. Ooh, Repulse. Mine Raider and Foil. Eroded Canyon. Art. Yeah, I get set boosters, but getting the art card, but tokens, come on, man. Failed boarding, okay, bounce. If you control a desert, you get to surveil. Outlaw Medic, 1/3 lifelink. When it dies, draw a card. Great. Attacks while saddled. Creatures you control get trample until end of turn. Hey, it's another bear. A bear mount. So in Bear Force 1, you'd have a bear riding a bear. Irascible Wolverine. Rooftop Assassin. Flash Flying Lifelink. When it enters, destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Sterling Hound. Enters the battlefield. Surveil 2. Flash with Dumb the Gigapede. Congregation Grip. Flying Lifelink. When Congregation Grip attacks while saddled, it gets +X/+X. It's the number of mounts you control. Via Courser. Another mount. Right? Whenever it attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. So I guess this is just like is it bolster or what's the? There's a bunch of mechanics like that. This town ain't big enough. 3 less if it targets a permanent you control. Turn up to 2 target non-land permanent. Hey, that's a nice way to avoid a wipe. Aven Interrupter. Flash. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile target spell. It becomes plotted. And spells your opponent's cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. Okay. I guess you're kind of delaying the bad thing. Destroy up to X target artifacts and or enchantments. Create twice X, 1/1 black and green pest token. When this creature dies, you gain life. That's cool. Ooh, Rush of the Dread in foil. And target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up. That's for 4 mana. For 5, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand rounded up. Target opponent loses half their life rounded up. Woo! So if you did like 6, right, mana, they would have to sacrifice half the creatures they control rounded up and lose half their life. Braided Bluffs and a dinosaur. 3/1 dinosaur. 3 left. So this is pack 6. All right, Geyser Drake. Done that. Rend Wingsmith. Mind Raider. Trample enter the battlefield. If you control another outlaw, create a treasure token. 3 mana for 3/2 trample. Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Search your library for basic land or desert card for 3 mana, put it on the battlefield, not tapped. Then shuffle, or create an XX green elemental creature token where X is the number of lands. So for 6 mana, you get a land and uh, extra stuff. Badlands Revival. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So put a creature on the battlefield and maybe another creature, land, Lively Dirge. Search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle. Return up to 2 target 2 creature cards with total mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Demonic Ruckus. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and menace and trample. Whenever it's put into a graveyard from battlefield, draw a card. Nice. Trash the town. Put some +1/+1 counters on target creature. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. Until end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw 2 cards. A breaches the Blast Maker. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, flip a coin, and then you either copy the spell, choosing the target, or it deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to the card. Hypothesizel. Draw 2 cards, then you may discard a non-land card. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target creature. Oh, so you don't have to discard, but if you do, it does damage. Mystical Tether Foil. Forlorn Flames, and an elemental token. Pack 7. Stop Cold. 4 mana. Flash. Enchant artifact creature. Tap the enchanted permanent. It loses all abilities and doesn't untap during its controller's untaps. Nice. Wanted Griffin. Create a 1/1 red mercenary token with mercenary token. Outlaws Fury. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. If you control an outlaw, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that 3 mana. Cactarantula. A plant spider. Cheaper if you have a desert. Reach. Becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. You may draw a card. Interesting that it doesn't have affinity, right, for desert. So it's 1 for each desert you have. But Mourner Surprise. Turn up to one target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a mercenary. Activate only in this work. Oasis Gardener. Hey, another Scarecrow. Oasis Gardener enters the battlefield. You gain 2 life. Add 1 mana of any color. Prosperity Tycoon. Create a mercenary. Sacrifice a token. It gains indestructible. Yeah, sacrificing mercenaries to save yourself. Very tycoony. Create X 1/1 red mercenary villain. Man, just like with mercenaries and exalted, right? Luxurious locomotive. Attacks, create a treasure token for each creature that crewed at this turn. Crew 1. Pitiless Carnage. Sacrifice any number of permanents you control and draw them any card. I don't know. A cool size Hellspur followers has little more than ammunition to be expended. Yeah. Ooh, Sword of Wealth and Power. New sword. Has protection from instants and sorceries. Whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Ooh. Skewing the critic. Stubborn Burrow Fiend. A Badger Beast mount. Honey Badger, okay. When Stubborn Burrow Fiend becomes saddled for the first time each turn, mill 2 cards, then it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your grave. Battle 2. A swamp and an art card. Target creature gets -1/-0 until end of turn. If you control an outlaw, it does not take up the shield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Iron Fist Pulverizer. You've got reach. When you cast your second spell each turn, it deals 2 damage to target opponent and scry. Giant Beaver. Vigilance. Whenever it attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature that's saddled it this turn. Desert's Dew. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. And for each desert, it gets an additional -1/-1. Djinn of Fool's Fall. Laka. Flying. 4/3. Take for a ride. Has flash as long as you committed a crime this turn. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Gains haste until end of turn. Rictus Robber enters the battlefield. Creature died this turn. Create a 2/2 blue and black zombie. Rogue creature. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell, an emergent haunting isn't a creature, it becomes a 3/3 spirit creature, flying in addition to its other type. And that's not a until end of turn. Thunder Lasso. Attach it to target creature you control. Equip creature gets +1/+1. When it attacks, tap target creature defending player. Ooh. Claim Jumper. Rabbit Mercenary enters the battlefield if an opponent controls more lands than you. Search your library for a plains card and put it on the battlefield. Tap. Control more lands than you. Repeat this process once. Okay, cool. So you get a lot of land. Hindering Light. Counter target spell that targets you or a permanent you control. Draw a card. Hand Whistle Bandit. Poison. And recycled paper. Last pack for this bundle. Oasis Gardener. Scarecrow. Jailbird Ski. Armored Armadillo. 0/4, Ward 1. Gets +X until end of turn, where X is his toughness. Quick Draw. Target creature gets +1/+1, gains first strike. And target opponent creature an opponent controls loses first strike and double strike at the end of the turn. Reach for the sky. Ooh, a flash reach +3/+2. When it goes into the battlefield, draw card. That's great. That's well. Holy cow! Patient Naturalist enters the battle. Scorching Shot, 5 damage to target creature. Sorcery, Deep Muck, Desperado. Whenever you commit a crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. Only one for each turn. A Rambling Possum. Awesome. Archmage's Newt deals combat damage to a player. Target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. That card gains flashback 0 until end of turn. Instead, if it's saddled. Ooh, Path to Exile. Brimstone Roundup. Shiny Sheep. Well, that's all the packs that we have in this bundle. Got 9 play boosters. Let me know what you think about the play boosters too. I'd love to hear your feedback. Uh, really enjoyed opening these. Let me know how you enjoyed that. I hope that you find value in everything you're opening up. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. That'll really help us out. And always happy to hear any positive feedback you might have about the videos to help improve their quality. Be well.